Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, guys, here. We are only 57 days, 22 hours, 46 minutes, and 10 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season. Oh boy, guys, it's coming. It's coming real soon. So I hope you guys are ready. And, it's going to be great to actually be talking about practice. Not a game now, but we're talking about practice. But that's okay because at least we're talking about players on the field as opposed to speculation. But it is silly season. It is that time of year where people are just trying to keep the headlines going. I get that. We all want to get the clicks. We get addicted to the clicks and things. So today on NFL AM, it seems that the Dallas Cowboys have a fan in Nate Burleson. Nate Burleson believes in the Dallas Cowboys. I know not too many people out there believe in my Dallas Cowboys, but the question is, can the Dallas Cowboys repeat as division champions? Now, we all know it's damn near impossible in the NFC East to win that. Now, it's my conclusion that I think that they have a good shot. There's no guarantees on anything. The other question is, since the Dallas Cowboys are one of the youngest teams and have a lot of talent, as we've seen, Gil Brandt basically saying that we have the second best offensive line behind the Eagles. Yeah, that you look at the offensive line, you look at the young people and things. Do the Dallas Cowboys have a window that's open for how long to win a Super Bowl? But let's go to the NFL AM real quick and let's listen to what Nate has to say about our Cowboys.
The Cowboys. I love what they did last year. And if you look at with what Dak Prescott has done in his career so far, first year, he goes blow for blow with Aaron Rodgers in that playoff game. Takes the L. Second year has a little bit of a drop-off, a lot of people say. You can attribute most of that to Ezekiel Elliott not starting that season. And then last year, takes another step, gets to the playoff, wins the playoff game. And I feel like this year, they continue to step in the right direction. So for me, I feel like Dak Prescott, with everything we keep talking about, and I keep bringing it up until these contracts are figured out, we have three individuals. This is the first time in a long time, maybe the first time of its kind, where your three best players are all up for big money deals, which means they are more motivated than ever. Usually it's one guy, maybe two guys. But when you have your quarterback, your running back, and your wide receiver all up for the big bag, contracts are getting crazy these days, these guys will play lights out. So that's the reason why I feel like they're more motivated than ever and will end this streak and continue to be the division champions.
Wow. And I will add to that because we also had DeMarcus Lawrence, who is one of the top paid defensive ends in football as well, getting top money. So, it's difficult, and, we don't want to pay all these people, but understand that the reason why they want to get paid is because you have some of the best players in the NFL. That's the kind of problem that a lot of teams wish that they had, that, we've got to pay, one of the top 5 players in the position or top 10 players in the position because we drafted well and they're looking to get paid. That's a great problem to have. So, like I've noted before, that, on average, that the NFC East champions the next year drop about 3 games. We saw our team go from 13-3 to 9-7. We saw the Eagles go from 13-3 to 9-7. But the one thing that, to me, that is different about this Dallas Cowboys team, being that it's young, this team has not really had major letdowns. Now, you can look at the 2017 season and you can see this team is still transitioning, that we had a lot of injuries. We had Zeke gone for 6 games and things. But the drop-off wasn't that major. 9-7, hey, let's be honest, 9-7 most years makes you a wild card team. We just missed out by 1 game. Had we not had the meltdown in Seattle against the Seattle Seahawks and won that game, boom, we would have been in the playoffs, and there were other opportunities. So the difference between winning and losing can be just that much. But the thing that's the key driver to me for the Dallas Cowboys is they've been dominant in the division. They've been able to take care of business in the division. In the Dak Prescott era, okay, the 3 years that he has been the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys are 13-5 in the division. And I dare say one of those games, well, you can't count because he only played a series in it against the Eagles when we were already in the playoffs. But that's okay. We'll stick with that 13-5. As you look at the rest of the teams in our division, it's not quite so good. The Eagles, of course, are in second behind us. You know, they won a Super Bowl in 2017, but they're 11-7 in the division. Clearly, they're doing pretty good. But Carson Wentz is only 3-1 against the Dallas Cowboys. Remember that. The Giants. Oh boy, the Giants. The New York stinking Giants. Even Rashid couldn't revive them and get them to come to life because they have been utterly pathetic. 2016 was a great season for them, and they were 4-2 in the division. They beat us twice. Hats off to the New York Giants. But since that time, ooh boy. 1-5 and 1-5. They are just 6-12 in the division. Now, teams can turn it around, don't get me wrong. But I look at this New York Giant team that is in a transition period because clearly Eli Manning's not ready to say goodbye. And we don't know if Daniel Jones will be the guy. And they have holes all over the place, starting from the general manager to the coaching staff and all that. It's probably, and anything can happen in the NFC East, where sometimes the team who's in the basement can win, as we did in 2016, as well as the Eagles did in 2017. But I don't think it's going to happen with this Giants team. They've got a long ways to go. The Washington Redskins, well, 2016 3-3. 2017 1-5, and last year 3-3. 7-11. We beat them 5 out of 6 games of the last 3 years. Now I'll throw a little bonus piece into there as well, because even in the worst season imaginable, that 2015 season where we went 4-12, we were still 500 in our division. Let me say it again. We were still 3-3 in 2015 in our division. You look at the Redskins and the Giants, between them, the Redskins have not had a winning record in the division. They've come 500 twice. The Eagles, well, they've had 2. But to think that we've had 3-3 in our worst year, and I dare say 2015, we need to look at that year differently as opposed to the year that destroyed us to the year that actually built us. Because that year, that draft, because we were so bad, ended up bringing in the young talent that we have. And I dare say, when you talk about a window for the Dallas Cowboys for going to the Super Bowl, I say that you've got 3 or 4 years easily. It doesn't mean we're going to win it 3 or 4 years in a row. That's not what I'm saying. But you look at the youth of this team, being, I believe, the 7th youngest. We'll see when the final rosters are made, how it cuts out and things. But on the younger side of talent. But not just young and experienced. Because our rookies last year had over 3,000 snaps. They've got experience. You look at Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, possibly the best 2 linebackers in football. They've only had 3 seasons between them. Tyron Smith is getting a little bit older, but most of the offensive line is still relatively young. You look at that group where they've gotten some new energy between Connor McGovern and Connor Williams added to the mix. And they keep being able to draft and reload. You look at Zeke Elliott. Okay, he's going into his 4th year. Usually you look at a running back, by the 5th, 6th year, they start going down. But if the Cowboys use him right, like I think they will with the change of Kellen Moore, you're going to prolong him and make him productive well beyond the next 2 or 3 years. Wide receiver-wise, Amari Cooper's only 25. Your quarterback is only 25. So when you look at the opportunities of going to the Super Bowl or having that window open, the Dallas Cowboys, there is no window. They've blown the whole wall out. This isn't an aging quarterback that you got a couple of years left. You've got a good 10-plus years with your quarterback. You've got a running back that you can count on for probably the next 4 or 5 years as long as he stays out of trouble. You've got a wide receiver that's only 25 that is a true number one. And you have a young, hungry defense as well. So you look at this, there's no way in the world that you can say that this Cowboys Super Bowl window is a year or two. You've got quite a ways to go on this one. But as always, guys, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, it doesn't work. And don't forget, Sunday, Chantilly, Virginia. We'll be at the Expo Center. We'll be seeing some of the guys that are right up here, some of the football guys this weekend, and hopefully be seeing you as well. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon.